Hello my friends. Hopefully you can hear me over the fan noise and nature or whatever. It is a insane it's an insanely hot day here in Texas, my friends. So I do apologize. I'm gonna die if I turn off the fan. It's over 100 degrees. It just rained this morning, so it is as humid as heck. It's bad. So we're gonna do a couple of unboxing videos. We have this here DeWalt. Now I did open the boxes, so you're not gonna see me cut the tape. I did open them already, but you're gonna see what comes inside, and then we're gonna use it and see how good they are. All right, so start off with, we got this here DeWalt 5-inch random orbital sander, model number DWE6423. Alrighty, my friends. It's a 5-inch hook and loop random orbital sander, and we're gonna check it out. So, first off, get this little dust bag. It's kind of interesting. It has like a spring on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. And then the plastic cover on the outside. Put that over there. We have our instructions for us not to read. I'm going to put those in a drawer and forget that I have them, but then I'm going to get bothered that I have them a few times while I'm looking for something else and get bumping into them. You all know how it is. And the sander itself. And there's this little piece of cardboard. Now, I was hoping this was going to have at least a few sheets of sandpaper in it, and it didn't. So if you buy this, make sure you get the sandpaper with it. That's why, I got this like a week ago and discovered there was no sandpaper. So I waited to do the video to get the sandpaper. All right, so then we have this guy wrapped in plastic. We have a little speed dial here. A random orbital sander with a speed dial to change the RPMs or whatever. And we have a hook and loop base. Got a little bit of flex to it, but it's pretty stiff. And it looks like we have 8 holes. Yeah, it's got 8 holes in the bottom. 8 holes in the bottom for extracting your dust. And then we have this nice, what does it say? 18 gauge wire. Not bad. It's kind of like a really rubbery feel to it. It's not got that normal like smooth, I don't know, like the PVC shielding that most wires have. It's kind of an older school kind of rubbery feel. And it's only a 2-prong. It's not grounded. It's just fine. It's just a sander. And it looks like there's a cone in here, and then like, I don't know, the outer bracket for this guy to pop onto. So you all see that? So to put it on, you just push it on all the way, and then you rotate it. Take it off, just rotate it back, and pull it off. Pretty cool. So there's the sander. Let's check out this sandpaper. So this was some of the cheapest sandpaper I could find. Now, I've used sandpaper before, but I've never used a random orbital sander before. This is my first one. And I got it on the recommendation of 731 Woodworks. I watched his video testing out orbital sanders, and he said this one he rated highly, along with the Craftsman, which had the exact same design, but it didn't have this speed variability. And on Amazon, it wasn't much more just to get this one. So we're gonna try it I've had other kinds of sanders. We can rate them against them. I have a belt sander, some regular like finish sanders. So we'll try that. We'll have some stuff first. We'll have some stuff. But let's get on to the sandpaper if this is what you were watching to get to. So this is the Work Pro 150 piece 5-inch circular sandpaper. Funny thing is I went to the Work Pro Tools website and this is $22, but I bought this for $12 on Amazon. So, oh yeah, and then it also has shipping. So it was like $10 with shipping. It was $22 with $10 shipping to buy it from their website, whereas if you buy it from Amazon, it was just $11 with free shipping. So, buy it from Amazon. Give you a nice thank you card. I'm a dear valued customer, very personal of them. And then it has a Work Pro brochure leading you to their website, and that's why I went to the website to check it out. And I looked up this exact product, and it was more expensive there. So. Interesting. And these came tightly packed in this little bag, and once I opened it, it expanded quite rapidly. So, once you open this, it's not going to fit back in the box very well. But one thing I do like about these is on the back it has the grits. Pretty much. So it's like 60 grit, 80 grit. That's still 80. Man. It's a thick stack of 80 grit. It goes all the way down to 400. So we got us a lot of sandpaper to play with. We're gonna start. This is messy stuff, guys. It's shedding a lot. It is cheap sand. As far as the feel goes, I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty full. I mean, like if you buy like the cheap sandpaper from Harbor Freight, there's a lot more space between the grains. And then I like that it's on a fabric back, so hopefully that'll last longer than normal than the cheap paper ones. We'll see. So let's see how well it sticks to the sander. The one says you gotta line up the holes. The holes line up, guys. The holes line up. And once you get that pressed on, it's on there pretty good. Now, let me get a project to sand, bring it over here, and we'll use this little puppy and we'll try it out against some other ones. Now I'm building some benches, so we're going to sand on them. It's going to be basswood, so it should sand insanely well, especially with the 80 grit sandpaper. I'll probably be switching to a higher grit sandpaper. But just wait here a second, guys. I'm going to pause it. Alright guys, so breeze started, so we're going to move just outside. You're going to watch me move all this junk. I got my other glove. Alright. This is a white oak table base. And this is a white oak table at the top. Alright. failed, guys. And there, my friends, is this massive tabletop. You guys on here? I'll be right back with the sanders. Alright, friends, this is just a rough cut white oak tabletop. I'm going to sand it down. Still want it to look rustic, but I also don't want to get full of have people getting full of slivers while they're using it. It's all dusty too. So this is some really old white oak that I got as a barn find. And yeah, let's get into it. So, get your dust filter, apply it to your face. And then apply your debris filter for your eyeballs. And I forgot the power cord, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. I got the power cord. Let's go. We'll start this off at the lowest setting. If you're wondering what this is my ice cold water. As I mentioned before, it's crazy hot. I don't want to die. Gotta stay hydrated. That is a really big safety feature, especially in our hotter regions of the world. You wanna get baked. Alright, guys. Let's see what it sounds like. That's the lowest setting. And that's the highest setting. Let's start off with sanding in the slowest setting. Oh, wow. It's actually surprising. Let's bump it up though. Let's go to the maximum. Let's see how much dust I got just from that. Now, there's not a whole, the bottom's clean. There's not a whole lot of dust down here. It is starting to get frayed on the edges of the sandpaper. And the sandpapery bits are caking off a little bit, but it's not too bad. I don't like that's going into the hook and loop though. Just a second. Alright guys, sorry about that. Oh. Pop this guy off. Not a whole lot. But considering for how long we were sanding, it's not bad. Let's make some more. Alright. Let's see how well it is at picking up the sandpaper. I mean, it's out of Now, we're going to sand this Dutch again. Pretty good. Some of it is getting flung away, but a lot of it is getting sucked up. I feel like the disc is getting hot. The disc is getting hot. Sander's not hot. I feel like the pain is getting it lined up with the, not just with the holes, but also the edge of the hook and loop deck of the sander. But I think that's the same with all of them, unless you get the mesh sandpaper pads. They're a lot more expensive. But overall, guys, that's pretty good. Now, checking this bit right here. That's pretty decent. We'll try it out against some of the other sanders, but I got it pretty smooth. The little fuzzies off. Now it isn't a full sanding of the project, and I can show you a full sanding later on, but let's get some comparisons. Just a moment. So as a close-up, this is where we sanded with the random orbital sander. We're going to sand over here with this rigid air guard technology. So R2740 belt sander. I've never been impressed with it. It's the same grit. It's the 60 grit, just like the sanding disc. Now on this guy, real quick, it's got a lot of dust in there. Oh, you see that? Crap ton. It's a lot just for that little bit of time. Alright, now I'm sure most of y'all aren't too excited to be watching some guy knocking out dust. Now this one, I lost the dust bag for it. I've had it for a while. Lost the dust bag for it, and it's too small to hook up to my vacuum, which is really annoying. Let's try her out. This one is also variable speed. That's low. That's the highest speed. Let's try it on low speed. It's pushing hard. Alright, my friends, I'll bring you in a little closer. So as you can see, they did do pretty decent at sanding. Took off more than the random orbital sander. I got the wood hot. And it over here you can see it shaped the corner pretty good. This was old, I did that with the chisel. But this right here is a sander. It did pretty good at rounding the corner in this one too. The random orbital sander did this here. Not as quick, but one thing about this versus this is this guy, the dust port's down here. So it's just blowing it down here. So even if you didn't have the dust bag on, it's not shooting you right back at you. This one, the whole time while I'm using it in this hand, it's just, as you can see, it's just pelting the back of my hand with flaming hot sawdust and splinters. And yeah, it's just, it hurts. Gets you all filled up with them. But needless to say, this guy is a power. Belt sanders are always going to be a powerhouse. It's a little harder on the arms. It's just hard keeping it from flying away. This is a lot easier to use. But I'll probably start off with on this project with the belt sander and then finish off with this guy with the lower grit. But yeah, guys, this has been a really quick tutorial. If you have any more questions about these, just let me know as I use them more. I can come out with some updates if y'all are interested. And yeah, but overall, I have one more sander I could show you against this guy. Just wait. I have this Porter Cable sander. Nice thing about it is it came in a hard case, you know. There's a hard case on like the box, like the DeWalt. Open it up. You got your little sander. I do have a much lower grit sandpaper on there. And then you have your dust collector, which is this hard pressed foam thing. It does pretty good at catching the dust though, which is nice, and it hasn't clogged on me yet. It just slips on there. But there is no hope whatsoever of getting like a shop vac or a dust collecting system on there. And then you have this little panel. And what this is for is you pop it onto here. There we go, something like that. And you press it in. And it makes the holes in the bottom of the sandpaper for you. So you can buy regular old sandpaper and then pop the holes in it yourself. Now we're going to move on down the table to some fresh unsanded bit. Try to keep my glasses to where they don't fog up. I'll move my water over. As you can see, I'm getting pretty sweaty, guys. Some of this is water from my cooling cloth, but I'm sweaty, guys. I do apologize. Don't mind my perspiration. Alright, so this thing is a Porter Cable 340. Now, I didn't get this one new. I bought this one in the States now. Alright, so let's do a little bit of sanding. Now, let me pause it and I'll go put the same grit of sandpaper on so we can get a better comparison. So, just a moment. Alright guys, I got some 3M 80 grit sandpaper on here. I don't know if you can see, but like, it's just not as densely populated as the Random Orbital Sanders sandpaper. I don't know why, but there's just a lot more space between the grains. But we're going to use it over here on this fresh table area over here. Let it go off my chair. And let's go. Alrighty guys, it's not nearly as hot as the other two we got from sanding. As far as dust collected, you see here, Even with sanding the really dusty boards over there. They got a good amount, but it's still not. Excuse me, sorry. It's not nearly as much as the random orbital sander. Let's say the main disadvantage of this is, number one, it didn't remove nearly as much material as quickly as either of the other two. And the main thing is it makes your hand go numb. These vibrate like crazy. And I've heard these is used as called finish sanders. I think it's because they only use them with higher grit sandpapers, because they are really good at getting a nice smooth finish with the higher sandpapers. But with the lower grits, lower grit numbers, like 60, 80, 100, it doesn't remove nearly as much material, and you're kind of wasting your time with one of these. You want to start with something like a belt sander or random orbital sander, and then finish off with one of these, or the random orbital sander. I haven't tested a random orbital sander in fine sanding. I don't really have any fine sanding projects right now, and I am melting to death and need to get going to some other projects. If you want to see my other projects, let me know. We're building this here table and some other stuff, and some benches for it too. But yeah, guys, this is my little view on these sanders. I've used a lot of these type of sanders over the years. These quarter cables are pretty good, but like I said, it's just really hard on the hand if you're going to be sanding with these for a long time. I don't suggest it. This one, not 731 Woodworks. You are right, this thing is nice as far as like using it. My hand didn't go numb, and then even with switching hands and stuff, it wasn't that hard. And then the only thing you lose is being able to do the dial when you go from one hand to the other hand. This one you don't really lose anything either, other than, you know, you have to switch because your hand goes numb. It's a lot cooler without the mask on. Sorry guys, I'm all sweaty. But yeah, man, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna have some fun trying this guy out. And yeah, guys, if you want future reviews, let me know. And then I don't have, other than comparing this to other sandpapers, I mean, you can tell with this 3M stuff, it's already ripped. Disadvantage with sandpaper on the side, I wasn't using it long. It's just hitting these hard ridges on this white oak are pretty hard on the sandpaper. This guy is fraying up and the grit's peeling off, but at least it's holding together. And I did use this one more than I used this one. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Have a good one. Have a wonderful time, and welcome to this time in my lumber paradise. See you guys in the next video. Pray for better weather because it is too dang hot. Have a good one, my friends.